We were 2 weeks in.
We always say stuff in front of each other. That's like not new.
Mm.
Like we always say stuff in front of each other. So to be quite honest with you, let me give you guys the rundown.
Okay.
I did not say that in front of everybody. It was Kyra, Vernisha, and I were discussing things at first. Vernisha and I had actually a heart-to-heart that time about Joelle, and was like, hey, girl, you know, Vernisha's like, hey, I thought you were being funny about the kids, blah, blah. And this was the second kiss, by the way, before y'all say anything. This was the second kiss, not the first kiss on the cheek. She was like, I thought you were being funny about this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I thought this said blah, blah, blah. And we kind of was like, you know, we really found out that we really respected each other on a different level. And, you know, she was like, kind of like, well, you know, Joel actually told me about the kiss, so I wasn't even tripping about that. Like, he already told me, he tells me everything.
About he tells her everything about what? Was that concerning the first kiss?
No, he tells her everything about everything.
So even the second kiss he told her about, okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. I'm referring to the second kiss. No, but she said he just tells her everything across the board when it comes to this process. So I was curious to know if Joelle actually told her about Kyra, because the entire cast knew for 2 weeks. Not only that, but I got the information from someone who, okay, a lot of people got the information. Okay, just start.
Yeah, no, we already know that people were snitching because Kyra had the information before you even launched it. We know that people were leaking out here.
The men, somebody from the men's lounge leaked the information they weren't supposed to, basically. So we all knew. So I wasn't sure if I was actually giving Joelle the benefit of the doubt. That's why I asked him. I didn't even know if Joelle actually said that, because you have to remember, we didn't watch the clips. Like, we don't know. We're hearing from he say, she say. Somebody told me this. Somebody told me that. Da 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 da. So at this point, I wasn't even for sure that Joelle actually said Kyra. It was like, I heard that he said that, but then the person who told me at that moment in time, we were all questioning this person, and we were all finding out that this person was a liar, this person was messy, and this person was not a reliable source. And that's the person who actually told some of us. So actually, we started like thinking like, maybe that didn't even happen, because this person clearly is messy. They lie a lot, and we can't trust anything from this person. So should we even trust that he said Kyra? Right?
On the show, you know that you actually mentioned who told you.
Okay, so you guys know.
Yeah, we know. So you don't have to talk around it. You said on the show, Ron. So yeah. Ron is the person. Yes. Loose lips, sink the ships. I told you guys.
So that's who told me.
Okay.
And that's who told multiple people.
Yeah.
So at this time, we're finding out that, like, basically, we don't know if we can really trust what Ron has been saying. And I'm glad I started thinking that, because obviously after that, the Judas situation happened. So a lot of stuff is just starting to add up, basically. That's what I'm going to say. So honestly, I wanted to know if Joelle really said it. So I asked, did you say Kyra is your number one? I could have been way messier, to be honest. And I didn't want to tell Vernisha information that I literally was not for sure about, because again, we were starting to question that source. We were not for sure. So it was just like interesting, like, okay, if he tells you everything, I would like to know, did he say that? So Vernisha's actually the one who called Joelle over there, not me. She called him over there, and then I was like, well, did you say Kyra was your number one? And then I didn't know what Joelle was going to respond, because honestly, he could have told Vernisha. I didn't know. I hadn't talked to Vernisha like that. And so I didn't feel like it was my place to be messy. I thought that was messier, to be like, girl, you know, he said Kyra at the such. You know, I thought that was messier. I thought it was like, okay, let's see if he even really said that. Because kind of a lot of the girls was kind of like, didn't like that Joelle said Kyra's name, but we weren't for sure. So my thing was like, y'all, we're really not for sure. So let's not try to be, you know, like that. So when Joelle responded, yeah, I was kind of shook. And I was like, oh, shit. I mean, shoot. And so then I'm like, kind of like, oh. And then Bernice was like, what? And then we all like, kind of like, if you could tell, everybody's kind of like, what? Even though we heard it, it kind of was like confirmed from Joelle. It was like, oh, so you really said that? Like, why would you say Kyra? So then we're all like, why did you say Kyra? So it was more like it was really just kind of trying to figure out if he even really said that. And then on top of that, I'm be honest, I felt like once she said what and she didn't know, then we should have dug deeper, because at the end of the day, that wasn't right for Joelle to do that. And Bernicia is honestly a genuine person, and I knew she really was feeling Joelle. And I would have been really upset if Chris said Kyra's name and I watched it like later on TV to find that out. That's like so hurtful. So for me, I don't really care. I felt like Bernicia at that time needed to know. We knew for 2 weeks the entire cast, and to come to find out that what we knew was actual true information, and then Joelle confirmed it, I felt like at this point in time, might as well not hold it back. Like, what? And Bernicia deserved to know. And I feel like if she knew at that moment, she could decide on, if this is just an obstacle for her and Joelle maybe moving forward, instead of, let's say they move forward, there's something serious, they're a genuine couple for a couple months, then you have to watch this show and see that we kind of all sat here on information and let you go through this without telling you. Like, I just thought that would have been worse. And Bernicia actually thanked me for bringing that up. She was like, she would have been so hurt, like, had she watched the TV and saw that on TV, because her and Kyra are like best friends.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.